to the channel. This is Ryan Aranda here, My Best Life Paraguay. And I just reached 200 days here living in Paraguay, right? Moved back here in since July 2024, and just shy of 7 months. And this is a picture of the Escalinata here in San Bernardino that we're going to be walking up. I'll give more information on this staircase in this wonderful, beautiful town here in Paraguay by the lake. So here's a zoomed out map of San Bernardino, right? And I also included the green dividing line between the departments of the Cordillera Department and the Central Department, which would be the equivalent of our states. And there is a toll, the peaje, the orange arrow is pointing to the toll that you have to pay. About 18,000, it'd be about a little over $2, right, to get to the other department. Okay, and then so here's a zoomed in version of San Bernardino, and it's a lovely town, you guys. And so here is our itinerary. We're going to be walking up the stairs in the Escalinata, and then after that, just going to do a quick driving tour and kind of check out what the nightlife looks like in San Bernardino. And San Bernardino is known as the city in the summertime, right? Right now we're in the summertime here in Paraguay. The city that never sleeps, right? So there's concerts as well in San Bernardino, but anyway, this is just a quick picture of the sign that's right by the stairs. So I'm going to read what it says, and this is the Escalinata de la Virgen Aparecida. And so, nestled in the lush nature of historic downtown of San Bernardino, rises the staircase of over 100 steps. It is adorned with the mosaic of tiles paying homage to the craftsmanship of the Guarani people who inhabited this place, the valley of Lake Ipacaraí. At the top of the viewpoint, besides boasting a privileged panoramic view, stands a 12-meter tall statue of Our Lady Aparecida del Lago, sculpted by artists Robert, Monica, and Patricia in 1994. Right, and Our Lady Aparecida del Lago, the Virgencita means the Virgin that appeared by the lake, right? So we're gonna start walking up the staircase, and I'm just gonna touch on a few topics, you guys, right? That I had on top of my mind. So first off, just I want to share my love for San Bernardino. It's wonderful, you guys. And in fact, the next video of mine is going to be of a house that's in construction, and also other land that's also available in San Bernardino for sale, right? There's a lot of mansions. This is a place, a beautiful town for people of means, right? It's a vacation spot, right? Even for middle class Paraguayans as well, to come to the beach town, hang out. Also, there's a big, huge amphitheater, right? At the top of the hill, I believe. Yeah. And there's always concerts going down in the summertime. In fact, this very day there was a concert that was happening. So just it honestly, truly was just a wonderful time. So I'm beginning to walk up the stairs here, as you can tell in the video, and yeah, it's not the most marvelous view. At the very top, I'll admit that, but there's wonderful imagery, right, of native imagery, Guarani native imagery here, and then I'll kind of veer off to another section here, and before we reach the top, where there's the statue of the Virgin, right, which what I was mentioning, that the sign mentions, right? Okay. Anyways, more, I guess, universal topics. I'm just really happy that I started a YouTube channel, right? I mean, it's a great platform, you guys, and okay. I guess I'll give an update to the TikTok stuff. The video right before this, I addressed the TikTok ban, but now I guess TikTok is back and going for Americans, right? But a lot of people were in panic, right? And I never liked TikTok myself. I thought it was going to be a bad investment. It's not American. It's not an American company. Google is much more stable. Google is, I mean, YouTube is under Google. It's almost synonymous with the internet itself, right? So anyway, I always knew YouTube was going to be a better investment personally for content creation. Anyways, but besides that, I always bring this up because if you guys are overseas, I don't understand why you're not starting YouTube channels, to be completely honest, right? Um, in the grand scheme of things, YouTube is still in its relative infancy, if you know what I mean by that, right? So, there's still a lot of room for people to start channels, right? I did. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers. When I get to 1,000, I'm gonna go out to the club and have a party, celebration, right, here in Paraguay. But the more serious stuff, yeah, I do consulting, and people find me and hit me up for consultations off of the YouTube channel. I've been coming here to Paraguay for the last 12 years, ever since I met my biological family. And Paraguay has always blessed me. It's literally blessing me for opportunities now, and that's literally talking about Paraguay and how to get here and get yourself set up here, price of living, culture, dating, all that good stuff. And yeah. So anyway, going back to the B-roll, I really like these murals that are on the walls here. They're just so representative of the town of San Bernardino. It's being a lake town, etc. A lot of beautiful murals all over Paraguay. You guys have seen them in all my videos now, in Asuncion, in Aregua, here in San Bernardino. I mean, they're just everywhere, right? Beautiful, beautiful artistry. And I know this is not the best film video either, because it's dark out and my camera doesn't do the best with dark out, but I hope you're able to at least appreciate what I'm able to film, right? Um, Anyways, but yeah, so but even beyond the opportunities that YouTube has brought me, you guys, like I brought this up a couple times, but I was just talking to my parents the other day, and like YouTube and doing YouTube and improving on YouTube has really helped me find my voice again. I self isolated even before the pandemic, but when the pandemic hit, I self isolated even more, and then I kept up that self isolation. It wasn't good for my friendships or relationship or anything like that. So I'm finally finding a community and my inner voice, who I'm, which also gave me courage again, right, and confidence that I really lacked, you guys, since for a while now, right? And I know a lot of you guys say, "Oh, how do you do it, Ryan? Like, how do you keep a conversation going on YouTube when you're literally just talking to a camera?" I say, well, just pretend like you're talking to somebody. Pretend like I always pretend like I'm live right now, right? That's why I don't. At least I don't cut up the audio. What I say to you guys, right? My videos aren't choppy 15-minute pieces, right? Um, I just keep going, well, whether I make mistakes or not, right? Like even right now. But I think it's important, man, because people want to see your thought process from start to finish, right? It's something that I'm gonna tell my kids one day, whenever I have kids. Which actually I want to dive in now to another segment. But once I have kids, I'm going to urge them to be content creators, right? This is a new way to make money. Artificial intelligence can never take over true, authentic content creation, right? True exploration and the person behind the camera, right? Experiencing real life, showing places, that kind of thing, right? So I'm gonna urge my kids one day to start it, especially because we know that 9 to 5 jobs are incredibly unstable. Even in the sector, which 5, 10 years ago they all told us to go to the tech sector, and a lot of those folks are sadly getting laid off. Some literally contact me, right? So it's not, and like even I was in communications. A lot of communications being jobs are being lost to AI, unfortunately as well. Um, Me personally, I do a little bit of freelance here and there for that kind of stuff, um, but it's certainly not everything I do. And a big part of what I do down here is YouTube, and it's gonna start paying pretty soon here, hopefully. uh, yeah. But anyways, so okay. Well, I guess that brings me into kind of my next point, which I'm just gonna be honest, man. I have to bring up America, right, and the state of America right now. Um, you know, to analyze the situation that Americans are in, but also I'm gonna be honest. I haven't lied to you guys at all, even since my first video. But there could be a chance where I have to go back to America um, to work and to stack up money faster than I could here, right? I have a few things going for me here, pretty much all online. But it's a tricky game to be an entrepreneur, right? But anyways, sorry guys, but I just wanted to be honest with you guys. I'll continue the channel. I'm doing a lot of filming even before if I were to have to go back at some point this year. You know what I mean? So I'll be filming, still showing you guys places, having conversations, going live, all that good stuff. I have like several different audiences. Now like I have like kind of my live audience, and then like you guys who really stick on my videos, and my heart goes out to you guys. You guys, not only do you guys keep me going like number wise, like yeah, you bring me watch hours and opportunities and consultations, but also just on an internal level, like when you guys comment in or hit me up an email like, hey Ryan, we really like your channel, we really like what you're about. um that keeps me going, you guys. Okay, so now here in the b-roll we're going to be starting to drive through San Bernardino. There's a really nice church lit up here, and like I put on the map, gonna start this drive slowly through sort of the nightlife, right? um it's not like spectacular like nightclubs and all that. There's a little bit of that stuff kind of on the main road that we're not going to drive on, but this is kind of like the food park area, family area, very nice, tranquil town. I absolutely love San Bernardino. Have just everything good to say about it. And you also see quite a bit of police presence here, right? Because they really they want this place to stay safe. Okay, but anyways, getting back into kind of analyzing where America's at. America's divided, and this is not something that just popped up this last year. It's been going on for almost nearly a decade, right? Like really hardcore division, right? And the thing is, like most Americans aren't too divided when it comes to a lot of the issues, right? But the powers that be want us divided, right? And it can play out in ugly ways on the individual levels too. You know what I mean? So, I know I talk about cost of living all the time, dating's better abroad, all that good stuff, but also kind of like escaping from the divisiveness and a lot of just the pettiness that goes on in America, the random violence on an individual level. I mean, there's so many hatred ideologies that play out in America, which end up in acts of crazy violence. And another thing is like as Americans, all right. Okay, in the B-roll we just passed through the main area of the kind of the food park area. Now you're going to see other random little bars and restaurants, etc. here on this drive. Anyways, getting back to America. I mean, look at this contrast, right? Something like this, like people sitting outside having a good time. Not one person is acting up. Right? Here in San Bernardino, but like in America, a lot of these people would be on edge. You know what I mean? Um, you can't copy a culture like in Paraguay and export it to any town in America, right? Also, America is just so segregated, you guys, right? So like, I brought this up in other videos as well, but there's far too many people that refer to other fellow Americans as those people, that neighborhood, that school, that area, that city, right? It's like Jesus Christ, you guys. Last time I checked, we're all Americans, right? Are we not? Um, so like instead of like the othering language, like oh my God, let's be scared of the others. It's like there's no healthy nationalism, right? And oftentimes nationalism in America is, let's keep it honest, but there's a lot of hatred behind it, and you know, and my ideology is better than yours. I'm a more American than you. You're not American enough, etc. I've dealt with that my whole life. You know what I mean? And I'm American through and through. You know what I mean? Like whatever, man. You know, I speak English. I played American football. I was jazz band. Whatever makes you American. I pretty much have done all of it. You know what I mean? Um, you know what I mean? So, but you know, on a serious note, I don't ever want to raise my kids in America. Really, truly. You know, that's something that I mean, I always knew that I didn't want to, and I'm not going to, right? But I've had to deal with a lot of stuff, you guys, right? Even as a brown American, right? Yes, yeah, I won't even put a number on it, but most of society has accepted me, but not everybody, right? And you know, it affected me deeply, right? On top of the adoption stuff, the self identity stuff, etc. Right? But I never want my kids to go through that, right? And especially my little boys, right? Sometimes girls, you know, because of their beauty or whatnot, can get better treatment. But young men, young brown men, especially who have pride in where they're from, like I did, you can be othered really quick, right? You know, the sentiment of the dirty immigrant, like believe me, man, like yeah, there's a lot of good folks in Wisconsin, but there's quite a few folks who take one look at me and don't like me. Real talk. And you know, I don't want my kids to go through that. You know, it's not to say that it and okay. So in comparison, right? In Paraguay, I don't have to worry about racism. For the last 7 months of my life, I did not have to worry about a racist encounter, right, with an authoritarian figure of authority. And again, I'm not trying to like paint all cops as like evil. I'm not doing that. But even then, there's a handful, or the bad apples, if you want to call them that, that are they're discriminatory. They're prejudiced. You know, and I've had to deal with that. You know, alongside my friends who look just like me, just Latinos from other countries. You know what I mean? And you know, obviously black folks as well. Not trying to make this a race thing, but I'm just saying, like for my life, I would rather have my children grow up in a healthier society, right? Where like, you know, I won't even have to touch on it. You guys already know, you know, anybody who likes to accept reality. Okay, and you're never gonna fix it. You're never gonna fix the political divisiveness, or you're never gonna fix racism, the hardcore stuff like that goes on in America. It's not to say that there's absolutely zero racism in Latin America. In fact, most of the racism is kind of pointed towards natives. I don't like it at all, but it kind of that's where it exists, right? Mostly. Um, but with a mostly homogeneous society, I'm very well accepted here, and it's a feeling that the only other place I've ever felt accepted 100% by like everybody in society is when I used to go to Native American reservations to do mission trips. Right, that's the closest I ever got before I started coming to Paraguay to feel completely accepted. Right, you know, and that goes to the native in me, right? All us brown Latinos like have native blood, right? And I'm very proud to be Guarani. Real talk. Um, yeah, so that's the deep stuff, you guys. And the B-roll is going to cut pretty close here. It's going to cut out. Um, but yeah, and I guess I'll just say that yeah, you know, the USA, even if I have to step back in the USA to work, make money, get contracted, do some stuff, it can never be my home again. Not my true home, right? I might live there for a little bit, but it can never be my true home again because of everything I laid out. I'm setting a life up here. Uh, you know, my dog is here, and he's not going back to America. He'll be well taken care of if I have to step back, right? But you know, I've like I said in another video that's actually doing really well. You know, Paraguay saved me. I don't say that lightly. It really did, right? On the internal level, also being in a healthier society, more accepting, especially with the way I look, and just overall, just more personable, true culture as well. And it's been wonderful here in Paraguay for these last 200 days, really. Um, and I was just watching a lady, a black lady who lived in Mexico for 3 years, and she had to go back to America to also make money, right? And she was devastated, right? She said like she was in tears on a daily basis, and I absolutely understand her, right? Because you don't want to go back to the unhealthy societies, right? I mean, it's more than just money, right? Like anybody can go back and stack up and come back, but it's on a deeper level. You know what I mean? Okay, so here's the staircase again, you guys, that we first walked up before we did the drive. So yeah, San Bernardino is a wonderful and also I guess just metaphorically kind of like climbing the stairs of life, right? Like I'm on the you know on the way up. And I guess okay, I'll close out by that kind of last theme I'll bring up is I've climbed a lot of stairs, like not just these last 7 months, but like these last like 2 to 3 years, right? Especially like I brought up, like a lot of the stuff that I've set in motion was because I had I had you know and ended a long term relationship, right? So I was just like, okay, well I'm gonna do everything I want to do and need to do now, as a relatively younger man, to put myself in the best position to live a good life, to live my best life, right? And I did, and I'm doing it right now, and it's been paying off, right? And I did not lose anything, nothing, right? In fact, I've gained so much coming here to Paraguay and living my life. I guess I don't have to stare at the screen anymore, but and yeah, I'm it's hot here, you guys, and I have to shut off the AC to do these videos for the sound. Anyways, but you know, the USA can never be my home again. Even if I step back there, it's always going to be temporary. My heart, my soul, and hopefully my body will mostly always be here in Paraguay. And I guess going back to the stair metaphor, I've climbed a lot, and there's a lot of people who want to meet me at the top, right? I posted a story about this. A lot of women want to meet me at the top. A lot of other people want to meet me at the top when I have it all, but I'm still climbing. I'm still doing a business. I'm still, you know, making something of myself, right? And some people don't really care to be there when you're climbing, but you got to keep climbing. And I've dealt with a lot of crazy stuff in life, right? Uh, damn near saw an early grave several times over. And I'm just glad that I'm keep climbing, right? And I'm trying my best to avoid people who don't want to just meet me when I'm at the top, meet me when I'm at the mirador, which is the overlook, right? I want people there to be along with me, right? And not judge me and not downplay, right? And even honestly support, right? Family members, I hope that they do. Friends, good friends, right? I hope that they at least keep watching my videos, but I don't know. or like at least like I don't know. I know I don't hit people up enough, but at the same time it's like I'm trying every single day to make something of myself, right? And people don't understand me, right? To say the least. A lot of you guys do, and a lot of you guys know me because of my videos on a real personal level, and I appreciate that. You guys bring that up, and yeah. Okay, I'm getting a little bit off track, but you guys get the picture, right? Um, Paraguay's been great these last 200 days, even with some of the my personal life, mostly dating stuff not going all planned. But whatever, dude. At least like I'm continuing this good journey to be on. Okay, I'll close it out there. This is Ryan Aranda, my best life Paraguay. And as always, thank you, you guys. Keep liking, sharing, subscribing, please. please get people to be subscribed. I really want to hit 1,000 here before February. You guys are absolutely wonderful. And just hang in there for more videos, you guys. I'm gonna try to keep getting them out and keep going live as well. Much love. Take care, you guys.